Hey everybody, Melanie here, and I'm checking in with you. 5 weeks post-op. I just had my first post-op appointment with the nutritionist today. Last week I was 326.8. This week I'm 325.5, so a loss of 1.3 pounds. Not as huge as last week, but it is still a loss, and I'm going to take it. Plus, I'm constipated, and it's Shark Week, so enough said. Anyway, this one is another pissed off princess post. Yay. What's Melanie pissed off about this week? The nutritionist. Everything that every duodenal switch veteran patient has told me about doctor's office nutritionist, especially this doctor's office nutritionist, is the truth. They say that, especially with this office, my doctor is a great cutter. Both surgeons in the office are great surgeons, great cutters. But their nutritionists give incorrect information for duodenal switch patients. They give great information if you're a Roux-en-Y or a sleeve patient, but their information for duodenal switch patients, they give the same info. So they're telling DS patients to follow the same nutritional guidelines as RNY and sleeve patients, and that is wrong. It is wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. DS patients malabsorb on a far greater scale than either of any other surgery, than even them combined. I've been studying, I've read medical journals, and even my doctor's office has this study posted where they studied nutrition and that their multivitamins are supposed to be sufficient to cover everything. Well, you know what? Their study included Roux-en-Y patients. Their study included zero duodenal switch patients. Doesn't apply. Non sequitur. So this nutritionist was telling me to eat like 3 times a day, no snacks, and that my meals were supposed to be like 3 tablespoons, like 1.5 ounces per meal, and that's it. Well, first of all, I have a bigger sleeve than a vertical sleeve gastrectomy patient. The vertical sleeve gastrectomy patients, the sleeve is the only thing they have. It's restriction and nothing else. Well, I got my operative report, and my sleeve is bigger. Yes, I still have a sleeve. I had 60% of my stomach removed, but I didn't have 80% of my stomach removed, so I have a bigger volume. Plus, of everything that I intake, of what I eat, I don't absorb all of it. Carbs, simple carbs, 100%. Yes, I absorb 100% of all simple carbs that I take in. Complex carbs, it's 60 to 70% of what I take in. Right now, I'm taking in very, very, very low carbs, under 30 grams a day. Protein, of all the protein that I take into my body, I only absorb about 50 to maybe 60% of it. You know, that means that I'm not absorbing the other stuff. Whereas of a gastric sleeve patient, whatever you take in, you're absorbing because you don't have any malabsorption going on. You didn't have your intestines played with. In Roux-en-Y, you had some, but not near as much as a duodenal switch patient. With fats, I absorb like 20% of all the fats that I take in. So 80% of it is going to pass right out. So to say that I should only be taking in this much stuff is to say that you might as well just not even eat and subsist off of protein shakes. And that's not going to happen. So I'm following the advice of the research studies, and there's a couple doctors that have published information that is actually specifically for duodenal switch patients that has research behind it, and I'm following them, and I'm following the veterans. So when I go see my nutritionist next time, I'm going to lie. I'm going to say, yes, I'm following your advice. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Bullshit. Another thing is she told me that I was low on iron and low on vitamin K, and this is what they determined before surgery and didn't do anything about it. Well, I also lied and told her that I was taking their happy little vitamins that they're always happy to push and sell on us. That is a company owned by the doctor. I'm not taking them. I'm following the vitamin regimen that's published by scientific studies, medical journals, and by the doctors who've actually focused on duodenal switch patients. That's the vitamin regimen that I'm following, and that's the vitamin regimen for the vets who have shared their information, and they're 15 years out from surgery, and they've shared their labs, and they've shown what worked and what didn't. And that's what I'm following. So, anyway, everything's going great. I feel fantastic. I'm still walking. I'm going to the gym. I had a meeting with a trainer yesterday, and I'm starting a strength training regimen for lifting weights and doing things like that. And I did a workout yesterday, and it was tough, but I pushed through it, and I felt fantastic. So, if you're a duodenal switch patient, I strongly advise you to do your research, because I don't know about any other practices, but I can tell you that in the practice in my doctor's office, the nutritionist is a N-U-T, a nut. And I'm going to lie, and I'm not going to follow what they say. I'm going to follow what the proven duodenal switch information says, not cookie cutter advice for Roux-en-Y or gastric bypass information. Now, the information that they do give for Roux-en-Y and gastric sleeve patients is perfect. It works for them, and they have the stuff to prove to go behind it. But they have not doing anything that actually involves the revised anatomy of a duodenal switch patient that addresses their levels of malabsorption. So, anyway, end rant. Sorry for being so pissed off. Doing great. Everybody have a fantastic week. And see y'all later. Bye. Sparkle on.